created him. As for the Lord of the world, he doesn't procreate. He creates. Create means to take something from nothing. As God says in the Quran, kun fayakun. Be. That's all he has to say. And it will be. That's it. He doesn't need a wife. And if he did have a child, that's exactly what he would have done. He would have done it right. Not like us. Sleep around with everybody. And make babies. If the Lord of the world did take a child, have a child, don't you think he would have done it the right way? Don't you think he would have had a wife? Can you imagine someone being with the Lord of the world as a wife and having his baby? Think about it. I'll stop for a few seconds. Can you imagine? Think. The Lord of the world impregnating somebody? That's why the mountains are ready to crumble. The sky is ready to burst forth. And then some people take it to even the farthest extremity. In disgrace to the one who woke them up this morning. And they don't say that there's a son of God, but they see themselves their God. I'm God. He's doing 15 years in Rawway State Prison. And he's God. He's the Lord of the world. And somebody put some handcuffs on him and sentence him to life. But he's God. The verses go on. Indeed, you have brought a terrible thing, whereby the heavens are almost torn, and the earth is split asunder, and the mountains fall in ruins, that they ascribe a son to the most gracious. But it is not suitable. وَمَا يَنْبَغِي لِلرَّحْمَنِ أَنْ يَتَّخِذَ وَلَدًا. It is not suitable. It is not befitting for the most gracious, the most beneficent one, that he should have a son. When there is none in the heavens and the earth, but comes unto him the most gracious as a slave. Ponder upon that. Think about that. There's not one that's going to come to the Lord of the worlds in the next life. And believe it or not, we're all going to stand in front of him. Muslims, Jews, Christians, Hindus, Taoists, Shintoists, Mormons, Moonies, Nation of Islam, atheists, homosexual, heterosexual, black, white, all of us are going to stand in front of the Lord of the worlds one day. All of us, every single one of us. Do you think that you'll be ready to stand in front of the Lord of the worlds, having slandered him? People get paid in American courts for slander. You see it all the time. Oprah Winfrey was really a man and she got a sex change. She'll take you to court if you slandered her. Make a lot of money off it. Can you imagine slandering the Lord of the worlds, saying something about him that's not true, and then you have to stand in front of him? Can you imagine that? Saying he had a mother, the mother of God. Think about it. Just think, dear non-Muslims. Think of the phrase, the mother of God. Does that sound right to you? Really? Reason with me. Think, the mother of God. I'll be silent for a minute. Just think about it. God has a mother. The one that created her came from her. The one that came through her womb. And obviously there's going to be some placenta. There's going to be some blood, some afterbirth. Being washed up, cleaning the back parts of that child. That child created the one who's cleaning it. The mountains are about to crumble. The sky is about to burst asunder because of just a mere statement. Not even the belief in the heart. Just the statement. There's none in the heavens or the earth except it's going to stand in front of him as a servant, as a slave. And this is the meaning in the Bible when it says God has a son, God has children. In the Bible terminology, from the days of old, when it said that God had a son, or the children of God, the real meaning in those days meant the servants of God, not actual children. The word children in the Bible sense means the servants of God. There is none in the heavens and the earth except that they will come to the beneficent one, the most gracious, except as a slave, as a servant. And it makes sense, because he is the one that has no beginning, and he is the one that has no end. And the one that has a beginning and the one that has an end should be a servant to him, because he's the master. That's what we call him, right? We say, "Oh, master. Oh, king. King of kings. Lord of the worlds." We call on him with the most grandiose, most magnificent terminologies. Even the Christians, they say that when Jesus was placed on the cross to show his weakness and his humility and obeisance and love and devotion, knowing that there was someone higher than him and that he couldn't even help himself, the Bible even says that they say Jesus said, "Ila, Ila, lama sabachthani." My God, why hast thou forsaken me? That's what the Bible says. Showing that there's one who can't be put on that cross. Showing that there's one who's not subject to time or space or disease